Hi,
It's Leona,
and it's Maddie,
and we are
your Millianties. Welcome back to the regularly scheduled program.
Emphasis on regular and scheduled.
We were actually just talking about this literally like 5 minutes before starting this on how we've kind of checked out of our podcast world, but we're getting checked back in.
Yeah, the brains weren't braining quite as they should. But we're good. We're back in business.
Fuck yeah, we are. Here we are. Right now, no news,
No news. We have nothing fun to share with you guys this week.
which is very unfortunate, but it is what it is.
The only news that we have is that we dyed Maddie's hair again. That's it. Nothing crazy happening in the world of music at the moment.
Yeah, no.
Unless it's stuff that we don't know about. I'm sure there is crazy shit happening, but
We're just that checked out where we just don't know anything.
Yeah, let us know. What's happening
Yeah,
out
you
there,
guys let us know.
Yeah. There's some fun things that we should be knowing about.
Yeah. So this week we have the second part of our album review coming at you.
So, last week we left off at Ascensionism.
Yep.
And that is the 6th track.
Yep.
In the album. So, the first one that we have today is Are You Really Okay? We're gonna do this the same way that we did last week, where we're gonna just go ahead and hit pause, take a listen, and then come back and share our thoughts. Just buckle up, you guys, because we have some pretty heavy hitters in the second half of this game.
We sure do.
So, we're gonna go ahead and take a listen to Are You Really Okay? And we will be right back. Okay. Well,
this is definitely a hard, deep song
yeah.
to start
Not
off
in a
with.
fun way.
Yeah. So many thoughts, but at the same time, none.
So, just a quick little trigger warning before we continue talking about this track. There are mentions of self-harm and blood and things that kind of go along with that. So,
Yeah. Trigger warning.
if you don't want to hear us have that conversation, then go ahead and click off, because
Or like skip ahead, yeah.
it's kind of the basis of this whole song.
Yeah. It's a heavy hitter, man.
Yeah.
It's so deep, and I feel like it's one of those songs where it's like, it's how everyone who's like depressed, or either like they're depressed or they've known somebody who's depressed and like suicidal, or have actually self-harmed themselves. It's like something that they've wanted to say, and this song is their voice to like whomever they know.
Yeah. In my notes, I had put that in this genre, it's not uncommon for heavy themes like this to come up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a genre where a lot of people use this to release that kind of energy. What you don't see very often is it coming from the perspective of a loved one.
Yeah.
Which is what they do in this track. My grasp on the track is that it is a partner watching their significant other go through the woes of being depressed and self-harming, and all of those things.
Yeah.
And it's like a plea. Like, the song is a story and a plea,
Mm-hmm.
which Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't even recommend people listening to this song unless they're, like, good.
Yeah, or they're with somebody, like,
Right.
that's, like, solid, that can support them and support it through it. Because, like, and, like, especially if, like, you sit down and you either look at the lyrics or you really listen to the lyrics, like, shit, man. Just that, couple minutes that we listened to it, like, both of us had goosebumps. We were fucking dead silent. Like, it's one of those songs that will definitely, like, it will show you up. Like, that shit's deep. And I think this song in particular, like, stands out to me, especially when it comes to talking about this kind of stuff, is the fact that it's slow.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, like, in the metal community, when there's songs that are talking about self-harm, depression, it's like screaming, it's
anger.
Yeah, it's you're getting your anger out, and this is a lullaby. This is like, hey, and like, coming from like the loved one, like, I'm coming to my significant other, like, you're doing this in a way of like, I'm trying to comfort you, I need to comfort you. Like, that's like how I kind of view this song, is like, it's a lullaby. I need, like, this is my way of comforting you.
Yeah. In the second verse, the line where he says, you woke me up late at night, dripping crimson on the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I want to help you, but I don't know how,
Mm-hmm.
which goes straight into the chorus of Are You Really Okay?
Yeah.
Screams like that fear that you have, like,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that your loved one is struggling, but there's no,
You have no control, no knowing of
Right.
how to actually help them. And yeah, just watching them struggle and feeling stuck.
right, like, that's a whole new level of fear
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like he conveys. Like, that's the crazy fucking part about this band. Such a dark and heavy theme, and you literally said that it sounds like a lullaby, and it does.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
it's soothing.
Yeah, and like the lyricism through this, it's like, it's the way that they talk about this, it's beautiful. It's in a beautiful way. But like, once you sit there and you pick through it and you actually think about what the theme is, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And with that being said, like, just looking at the track in comparison to the rest of the album, like, you wouldn't recognize it, like, in the first few seconds as A, Sleep Token, B, on the same album.
Yeah.
But it still has such a commanding presence to the song that it fits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we talked about a couple other songs that, like, even if they do sound similar, like, just don't fit on the album.
Yeah.
This one doesn't sound similar at all, but it
fits very well. Yep, and it continues the storyline of the whole album.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's slower, it's not as fast-paced, hard, heavy, like, it's
a fucking gut punch.
Yeah, yeah. And also, just like, where they have this song in the album, we're in the dead fucking middle of the album.
Yeah.
It's like, you've already gone through a couple highs and lows, but then now that you're in the middle, the climax of the whole album, it's like, bam.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit you with this heavy hitter.
Yeah. And there's tons of different, like, interpretations of the song, and, like, tons of people that have listened to it and pulled different things and make correlations between this and their old songs. Not older, previous songs. So if you're a fan, I definitely suggest checking it out. It's crazy. Just be careful. If you're in a little sensitive spot, then
Yeah. If y'all need anything, our DMs are open.
your aunties are here always.
We got you, babes. We got you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Are You Really Okay? No, we're not.
Anyways.
Next we have The Apparition. So we're
I
gonna
love this one.
do a quick little listen, and we will be right back.
Yes. Bye. Okay.
Welcome back.
We just went on like a 10 to 15 minute deep dive.
Deep dive.
Like into like ancient Greek mythology. And really like the answer was right in front of our face the whole time, but it was a very fun deep dive to go on.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. The one thing, so taking a little pause, the one thing I have not, this is the first I've ever really listened to Sleep Token, thanks to Leona. So between her and I, she's the one who knows most about it. I think the one thing I love about music in general is the fact that there's 5 million different interpretations of songs,
Right.
albums, like different ways that the music speaks to the listener.
Right.
And with Sleep Token specifically, the one thing that I've been learning throughout this album review that's also turned into research is the many different theories. And it's not like Sleep Token is going to come out and be like, yeah, this is why we wrote it this way. This is the story, and all y'all fuckers are wrong. Like, they're just...
think that they, from my understanding, and I haven't really been, it's not like I've been like a diehard fan for many years now, but something I'm learning about the band is that I don't think that they
even know what they're writing about.
They're never candid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They never just go on the record and say, oh, hey, this is
why I wrote it. This is...
Yeah, hey, off the record, this is why.
Yeah.
It's always very, very, very formal and theatrical, intentional, planned as their characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they never come out and speak as who they are as individuals.
Mm-hmm.
They never leave the theme.
Yeah, and especially just like the last few songs that we've listened to, like, and like the different perspectives.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. So like the synopsis that we kind of came up with for The Apparition is that we went, like I said, we went on a deep dive, and there was a lot of like, I don't know, well, what if it's about this?
Like, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that, like.
But what seems to be the easiest answer and the most logical and explainable answer is that Vessel, I almost said the main character, pretty much that too though, but the lead singer, it listens like he's having apparitions of sleep, which is the band's like deity. Like if you look into their lore, it's like the whole band worships sleep. Same, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, we all do. But yeah, like the so the goddess of sleep, the god of sleep, something like that. I don't remember at this point. It's in one of these many tabs I have open. But yeah, and it's like he's seeing a it just left my mind. We were just talking about this. An entity.
Yeah.
Yep, he's seeing an entity, and like this is cuz so the like specific lyrics that we were like discussing and trying to figure out like the puzzle pieces, what it means and stuff is, I believe somewhere in the past, something between you and I, my dear, it remains, will be with me till this day, no matter what I do. This wound will never heal.
So, piggybacking on what you said, we initially first listening to it together were like, oh my god, it goes hand in hand with Are You Really Okay? Like, he's there's a lot of suicidal ideation.
Yeah, it's like the one thing that I really picked up was like he's grieving,
like a lover who's haunting him.
Yes, yep, that was our first like theory on this.
Oh Lord,
my bad. Yeah, first thoughts just listening to it, it's like the lingering of the loss of your love just being with you and going back to Are You Really Okay? It's like you were stuck, you were trapped, you did not know how to help your partner through the tough times, and then now that they're gone, you have this like grief and this guilt, and it's just haunting you.
And like on top of just the way that people linger in your life, like
yeah.
Especially, I mean, any relationship, how it ends regardless, like people linger in your life for forever, and if they go in a traumatic way, then that
it's going to affect you, like
it's gonna haunt you.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And their energy, I mean, things that they leave behind, even their belongings, like visible, like physical things, like even that'll haunt you.
Yeah.
So it's funny because like this track, I feel like musically, like instrumentally, is not heavy. It's not like a hard gut punch.
Yeah.
It even has that little like R&B bit into it. Not R&B, it's definitely like hip hop, but it lyrically is again a very heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Not quite as on par with Are You Really Okay, but still, like when you really
like
pay attention,
right up there.
It's like shit. Like
yeah.
You really think about the fact that like he's being haunted by the ghost of something.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So crazy. Me oh my, we're only on track 2 and we're going.
Okay, get this next one. So next up we have Do You Wish That You Loved Me? We're gonna go listen and we'll be back. Well, me. I hate this
one. She's giving today's hits, pop today's hits.
Billboard 100.
Charlie Puth. That's all I could think about.
Ooh,
although
Charlie Puth.
Me personally, I love him. Not when
And
it's
pop.
not him. Not when it's supposed to be a metal track.
So it's so funny because right before we hit record, I just pinched my hand. That's God getting me. That's literally God getting me. I feel like every time I'm just gonna call it a metal boy band drops a song that's like a little bit poppy, it sounds like fucking Charlie Puth.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah. Although, so when we first listened to the song, the first little tidbit of the song, before he even starts singing, it's just the brain just right. It
hits the scratchies.
Yeah. And it's, I don't know if y'all are on this side of TikTok or not, or if y'all even watch TikTok.
You better be watching TikTok.
But there's this, I don't even know who does it, but it's some creator who will, I don't even know if it's real. Is it real? Or is it like someone doing animations?
Oh, I have no idea.
That's what I can't figure out. And I really want to. But it's this marble, and it's like going down some wall, and each time it hits like this like little platform or like this tube thing. It's like it goes with the song. Like it's I don't know how to explain it. I'm explaining it so bad, but it's like if you know, you know.
Giving Wii Sports Lobby.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah.
It's giving Windows like the off screen when it's just like bouncing around and hitting the corners.
Yeah. Yeah, not much to say about this.
No, I don't like it. And it doesn't. There's one more song that I know I feel the exact same way on. It even if it didn't go with the rest of the album, it's not even like a great song. And I said this in the first episode with Aquaresia. I hate the fact that it's not a great song because I just dislike the fact that I have anything negative to say on this album.
Yeah.
When 10 minutes ago my body was covered in goosebumps. Yeah. It's just such like a wild experience to like absolutely love one.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Anyways, trash.
Thank you. Next.
Yeah, we're gonna go and listen to Rain.
BRB, babes. Welcome back, Shotty.
Yellow.
Sorry, I let the intrusive thoughts win.
It's okay. I forgive you. They probably won't, but I do.
Oh, too damn bad, Grandpa. It is art.
You're gonna have to forgive us.
Hannah, I love you. You should already forgive me. Okay, Rain. Rain down on me.
Yeah. Tangled in your trance. And I'm certain you've got your hooks in me. You know what? It's always you up. And never you have got your hooks in me.
I was not expecting that.
Where's the romance these days?
Where's the creativity?
Where's the rain down on me?
Men, step up your fucking game. I don't want no more you up texts.
It's always you up and never the vicious cycle was over the moment you smiled at me. It's a great song.
Oh, it's amazing. It's fuck, bro.
We're crying because we've never been told that before.
Oh.
So anyways. We don't have any like deeper theories about this one. I feel like it's pretty upfront. He uses some really cool like picturesque lines.
Yeah, what I told Leona is like it's just it's that whole thing of you up just thoughts gone.
I'm just that funny.
It's a great way to describe stumbling upon love.
Mm-hmm.
And
something really, really funny about Maddie that you guys don't know is that whenever she laughs, regardless of how hard it is, she cries. Like every single time Maddie laughs, it's crying laughing. And that's easily my favorite thing. So I'm just right across from her and she's tears just streaming down her face.
Oh my god.
But no, I think that you're right. So like the whole let me try to find it.
I feel like it's kind of like a love letter in a way. Like it's it's his love letter of like, I thought that like I was nobody, I wasn't ever gonna find love, but then you came along and you picked me up and you made my world a better place. You made me a better person. Yeah.
It's that like deep, we're both in deep, like this is life and death and everything in between. It's that kind of love.
Yeah.
And I say that because of the like analogies that he uses. Shit, where is it? And I can see you in my fate. I know I am what I am. The mouth of the wolf, the eyes of the lamb, so darling will you saturate. Like, it's giving Gomez and Morticia.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And I just mean that in like the blind anything and everything kind of love.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great track.
Literally. So our next one is the album title track, Take Me Back to Eden.
I love this one.
So we will BRB once more.
Hi.
We're back.
So we just listened to Take Me Back to Eden, the title track.
It's another one of those songs where it also can have like 5 million meanings to it. Because you can think of it as like the biblical meaning, like how you were trying to look into it. Or just like, I don't know.
Or like super surface level, which like, okay, so I was kind of explaining to Maddie that like the whole what is so funny? What?
It's an ADHD because I looked at your hand.
Oh, the way my hand was holding the mic. I'll stop being weird now. Anyways. She's crying again. It's way too late at night. Anyways. We've touched on this before, but I'm a Christian, like born and raised. The Bible was everything. We studied it constantly, and like hearing the little sliver of like Take Me Back to Eden, my mind immediately starts spiraling, and I'm like, okay, like now I'm trying to take everything and make it a correlation between Genesis. And really, like reading the lyrics, I don't think it's that deep.
No, and I think it's one thing that we had like kind of touched on was like it's kind of like a metaphor, I guess, where it's like the whole Take Me Back to Eden is like take me back to the simple times where like nothing mattered. I didn't have this heavy weight of like anger, stress, anxiety, like all this stuff, like all this weight on me. Like take me back to Eden when things were simple, everything was in unison, everything was beautiful, perfect, fine, happy-go-lucky, sunshine, rainbows, puppies, butterflies.
This tree with like really good looking fruit that you're just not allowed to eat. Yeah.
Simpler times.
Yeah, way simpler times. Yeah, and really like I think that I really do think that that's the meaning. I want it so bad to be deeper than that, but I really just don't think that it is. I think that Vessel uses a lot of really big words.
Yeah, he does.
In this track. And I think he uses a lot of really pretty metaphors and things like that. But when you really start looking at them, like, they don't connect and or correlate to really anything else. So, like,
right.
I just don't think it's that deep.
Yeah. And, like, a fun little thing that Leona had pointed out, I'm trying to find the lyric. I have no idea what that lyric was.
Oh, the I don't know what's got its teeth in me.
Yeah.
So the lyric is, and I don't know what's got its teeth in me, but I'm about to bite back in anger. And that is in what I would call the bridge.
Yes. Yep. Oh, I found it. Hi. Yeah, I would say that's the bridge of the song. It's kind of like a foreshadowing the end of the song, where it's like throughout the whole song, it's Vessel just like begging in a way, begging to take him back to Eden, take him back to simpler times. And then at the end, literally he just screams. It's full anger. It's finally has just let loose.
Yeah, just screaming, take me back to Eden.
Yeah, demanding
like,
it.
It's no longer a request. It's a demand. It's like, that's my rightful place, take me back.
I definitely think that's just so fucking cool. The foreshadowing, all the metaphors in here. Like,
yeah. And you had brought up a cool point, and like, so in this track specifically, they have the same like borderline changing of genre in the song as they do on like the rest of the album, but this one you had noticed that they almost take like a musical break in between each transition.
Yeah, and it like the one thing that I had said is like I like how they have the instrumental break where you can just kind of sit there and like obviously you're listening to the instrumental, but like you sit there with the lyrics
and process it.
Yeah, process it, resonate with it. And then once you've done that, it's like, here's the next transition.
Yeah, here's the next serving.
Yep.
It's in courses.
Yeah. So yeah, Take Me Back to Eden is definitely a really cool track to sit here and break down. Honestly, all of them are, but I feel like,
which for an 8-minute and 20-second song, like, you really do kind of need it broken down into courses like that.
Yeah, where it's not just all thrown at you.
Right.
It's like he's holding your hand through the song.
Aw.
Thanks, Vessel.
We love you. It's so sweet.
So sweet, so kind, so caring. Yeah.
I love the lyricism. And it just kind of goes to show that, like, even if it doesn't have to be that deep for Vessel to create lyrics that are that deep. Like, it's simple, really. Like, once you really look at it, it's
break
simple.
It down. Yeah.
It's right there in front of your face, but it's so beautifully written.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That you would believe that, like, it takes some sort of fucking PhD to decode this shit, but really, like, it's pretty face level, but it's beautifully, beautifully written.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So, that's our thoughts on that one. We have one more song. Euclid? I think it's pronounced Euclid.
I'm glad you said that because I
You slid. Use the slid. I think it's Euclid. Well, we're gonna go take a little sneaky peeky of that song, and we'll be right back. Euclid.
Euclid.
So,
Euclid.
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 Euclid. Euclid.
Yeah. In conclusion, Euclid.
Euclid. Yep. So Euclid. Sorry.
So super bass level just at the beginning. It's not my favorite. I don't hate it as much as I hate Aqua Regia and Do You Wish That You Loved Me. But I still don't love this track. It's mostly instrumentally. I don't love the way that this is set up instrumentally. Meaning wise,
I feel like this has two meanings to it. Like Leona was talking about how it's kind of like a mashup, a combination of the whole album kind of written in one. It has like little bits and pieces of each song written into it. But the way that I had kind of like interpreted is it's kind of like a goodbye letter. This is Vessel's goodbye letter to sleep. Like, we've had our fair share. We had our love, we had our time. But this is my goodbye love letter to you, in a way. And like just closing it all out.
Right. I like that theory a lot. I feel like maybe if I were to take maybe a good day to really like dissect it and listen and try to connect the dots between the other songs, like that feels like the most likely
right
here.
The one thing that I don't understand, where the fuck does Euclid come in here?
But it's the same thing with Aqua Regia, though. Like,
yeah.
where does this fit?
And like the only thing that I can kind of think of is so for those who don't know, mainly because I didn't know, I don't know if you knew, I didn't know, Euclid is the father of geometry.
I was homeschooled. I did not know that.
I wasn't homeschooled and I still didn't know that.
Like, there was not even a half chance of me
knowing. But yeah, it says, like, often called the father of geometry, changed the ways we learn about shapes within his 13-book series, Euclid's Elements. So, unless there's some sort of other history that doesn't involve geometry with Euclid, and
there's nothing that correlates with geometry or like anything.
Yeah, but like if it's like something of like the story of Euclid and like sorry, it's night time.
Sorry, I just yawned the biggest yawn.
Unless it's like some sort of history with Euclid that doesn't involve geometry, that's like how he became the father of geometry or something, like there's more to his story that Vessel is somehow correlating to this song or like correlating to this story. Yeah. That literally I don't understand why it's titled Euclid. And there's like, I literally cannot find any other definition of Euclid other than a town in Ohio.
Which is only like 2 hours away from us, so I think that we will be making the trip out there in the summertime.
Road trip!
Just to see it, you know. just in honor of the father of geometry, we all feel very passionately about him. And I can't believe there's a town about him that we've never seen before.
Or heard of, yeah.
We're major fans.
We love you, Euclid.
So, I don't know. I mean, we broke down the whole album in this massive storyline way. So it makes sense that this would be like a farewell, because why would you have this massive story without a goodbye?
Right.
Or a happily ever after? Like it
some sort of ending.
There has to be one, right?
Right,
Unless we're waiting on a part 2. That would be cool. But that's not even been like alluded to. So
yeah.
In fact, they just entered like a whole new era with their new masks and all that stuff. So like I don't think that we're going to be getting anything similar to Take Me Back to Eden out of them again.
Yeah, like a continuation of it.
This feels like
this is storybook number 1.
And there's going to be a completely different story coming next time. Or at least different themes. Like maybe it could be a similar vibe, because it's just there's only so much that you can do within their vibe.
Right.
But I don't think that we're going to get anything even remotely similar to this out of them again.
No, yeah. I feel like it would be too much, just because of how well they did with the lyrics, the metaphors, the storyline on here. It's like I feel like, and I also feel like they don't really cave into fans and stuff like that, but
no.
I feel like if they were to do a continuation on it, it would be one of those deals where it's like, I need more of the story, more, and it would just be like a never ending story,
right? And then it ends up being like,
either like,
how many sequels can you have before it gets boring?
Right, or they just
Shreks
drop it off. Yeah. How many fucking Shreks do we need?
You know, and
yeah.
I would hate to see, like, this feels perfect and complete.
Yeah.
And I don't want anything to ruin this.
And I feel like a continuation of it definitely would.
Absolutely.
Like, as much as it would be neat to see a continuation of it, but like, she's good on her own.
This is a whole Renaissance painting.
Yeah.
And
we don't need to add more.
I feel like if they even tried, it wouldn't be good.
No.
So
yeah.
Do you have any closing thoughts? Any favorite tracks?
Man. Well, when we first started our research on this, definitely Chokehold was my favorite.
It's a great song.
Ending it, I think Chokehold is definitely still one of the tops. I have come to love Are You Really Okay? Especially since we've broken it down.
Right.
And Rain.
Yeah.
Rain was after we had broken it down. I think that was one of the songs that, I mean, I haven't, completely adding myself right here. I hadn't actually like really sat down and listened to this. It was always like background music, listening to it, trying to multitask, knowing that I can't. And I know me personally, when it comes to like longer albums like this, like the second half of the album, my brain's already checked out.
Which is like crazy, because the second half of this album
is so good.
That's where like the meat and potatoes is.
Yeah, and that I feel like that happens in a lot of albums.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've done that with my girl Taylor Swift. I'll let myself. I love that bitch. I've loved her since I was like 7.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of there's a lot of albums that I haven't, like, I've listened to the first half and I'm like, all right, yeah, cool, chill, whatever. Second half comes along, it's like, it's background noise. I don't even know the song exists.
Right.
Until, you know, something comes up, a YouTube video, TikTok video, something, and I'm like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
that's her.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a great song.
You're like, I love this line. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely the second half. Lots of great bangers, but I think those are my top. Rain, Are You Really Okay? Chokehold. Those are my tops.
Yeah.
How about you, babe?
I am a sucker for anything that gets my brain kicking when it comes to music. I took in college, I took philosophy of religion. I love religious themes. So the three that I had mentioned before, they still stick with me. Take Me Back to Eden, The Apparition, and Ascensionism. Like, those to me are so much deeper than just like a song that you put on and play. Like, it just, it's art. It really truly is art. And even talking about those songs earlier, like, my whole body was covered in goosebumps. Like, shit just rocks you to your fucking core. And I feel like if you are the type of person where you love religious themes or certain metaphors or just a song that paints a whole world for you, then you would love those songs. I mean, really, they're just good songs in general.
Honestly, this whole album.
Yeah.
You would love this whole album.
Because it's a world painting album.
Yeah.
So yeah, either Take Me Back to Eden, Ascensionism, or The Apparition. Currently, it's The Apparition. They just kind of usually go on rotation. But yeah, I urge people to go take a listen. I know a lot of people don't really like Sleep Token. They'll claim it's not metal, or whatever the case may be. But
like we've covered in the first half, it's a different form of metal.
Right.
It's not your classic heavy banger, screaming, drums kicking and head banging, got the mosh pit going. It's
Which
not.
They never claimed to be too. So like.
Yeah, like it's literally us as society putting them in a category. Like, they're just out here making music, and we're like, you're metal.
Yeah. And not the right kind. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well done, Sleep Token. I really don't think you can ever top this. For me personally, I would love to see you try. I know you're not listening. But
in case you are.
The only person listening is Hannah, but
hey, Pookie.
I would love to see them try to top this, because for me, I don't think that you can. But we'll see.
We will see. The future is our oyster.
Yeah.
Everyone's oyster.
I think they're far from over. So, we'll see.
For sure. So, yeah, that is our album review on Take Me Back to Eden.
Yes.
Stay tuned for episode 8.
What?
Episode 8.
That's crazy.
Look at us go. Yeah, follow us on Instagram, Your Metal Aunties Podcast, Facebook, Your Metal Aunties. Follow us on everything. Support us, girlies.
We know that you're going to be listening to this on whatever platform that you listen to podcasts on, but we are available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And good old Podcastle, but I don't think anyone listens to podcasts.
I feel like nobody knows what people are like, what the fuck is Podcastle?
Yeah, but we're on there too, just in case there's one random person that's like, oh.
Yeah. So yeah, and stay tuned what we have set in stone for next week, which is currently nothing.
But we'll see you guys then.
All right.
Bye. We love you.
Bye.